guys, welcome back to another video. Alright, let's talk about how to choose the right schools. I would say if you let's go back. Let's wind back. Okay. I suggest going to a community college. Get your prereqs done. So much cheaper. On average over here in Florida, I think the schools around me are like $106 a credit or so. So much cheaper. Sorry, I'm a little stuffed. I'm a little sick. That's why I haven't posted in a couple of days. I know y'all miss me, even though y'all don't know me. But hey, yeah. So from community college, state colleges like that, the credit are so much cheaper. I didn't go that route. I went to a private school. They charged me, I think prereqs were like $850, $875, something like that per credit. And then once you get to core, which is your nursing classes, like clinicals and stuff like that, it goes up a little bit more. So remember, if this is your first time doing financial aid, you're gonna have a lot of money to spend on school at the moment, because I believe you're maxed out in federal loans. I think $57,000, I believe. I just got my maxed, so now I'm paying out of pocket. But and I think I forget the percentage on Pell Grant. If you're one of those students that are able to get Pell Grant, I think it's like 600% or something like that, 500 or 600%, and you get like $7,000 depending on how much they give you. You get the max of like $7,800 or $7,700, something like that. And I want to say it's per semester. So you're able to use that for school. But just because you're able to use that, trust me, don't go to a private school. Go get your prereqs at a community college. You know, your math, science, your English, your all the prereqs, all the little stupid things you got to get out the way before you're able to get into the core classes. Get them out the way first, so you're able to, one, you're able to save so much money, and you're able to save your financial aid for when or if you ever decide to go to private schools. Now, here's the thing. Since I went to private school first, my school was accredited nationally. When I tried to transfer back to a community college, because I'm broke, you know, we ain't got no more money. Certain schools only accept regional credits, regional accredited classes. So I was out of luck. I was real close. I was like, the lady was like, "Oh yeah, you got all these classes done, you're gonna be able to finish in, you know, a year." But once they ran my transcript through what is it called, the registrar department, I think it is, they was like, "Now we don't take your credits because your school is from national accredited, and we don't do those." So that's what happens. That's what happens. That's what I learned. That's what happens when you start first in private. I think I don't really have that many friends that started in community college first and then transfer to private. I think those credits, they usually transfer anywhere for the most part. But again, school to school is different. So you know, you have to do your research. But I do know a few students actually that they went to community college and then they went to my school, and they took their credits and they saved so much money because they did all their prereqs pretty much for free. I mean, they have financial aid, so they got paid to go to school because actually after each semester they got a refund. So they got paid to go to school in a sense. And then once when they came to my school, they told me that their estimated tuition or whatever that they give you, that they tell you it is, it was probably like 30-40 grand. But mind you, or I think it was like 30 grand, mind you, it's, you paying 30 grand to a school that you already know that you're already in. You don't gotta apply in the sense of like if you go to a community college and you do your prereqs, doesn't mean you're in nursing classes or nursing school yet. You still gotta apply it and pray to God that they decided to pick you out of the the application to let you go to school. At least it's a private. That's the thing by going private. Once you go into private, even if you have no school, once you get accepted in, you only gotta pass the TEAS test or HESI. You're in. So even after you're done with your prereqs, you go right on in. We're going the cheaper route in a sense. It's a little small gamble, it is what it is. Easy as a way to save money. But I think if you got the time and if you play your cards right, community college and stuff like that, I think it's the best way to go, because you can get your BSN from zero and not owe nothing. Pretty much not owe nothing and still have some financial aid left over. Because I know there's a school here that they don't do the ADM program. They do, you have to get your bachelor's before you even get your nursing classes. And you go from zero to BSN, I think it's not even $30,000. I think it's in the high 20s or something, or low 20s. So, I mean, if you got the time to wait and if you play your card right, because to get into these courses, you got to have a good GPA, you got to have a good T-score and stuff like that. And if you do what you're supposed to do, you should be all right. So yeah, that's the way I would do it. Let me see what else. And please, for the love of God, if you don't need to take out a loan, don't do it. Don't do it. Trust me, you're gonna love yourself later on. Because remember, you maxing out at 57. That's it. And if you're like most of us, they ain't got nobody to co-sign for student loans, because some of us, it's gonna be our first job, or you can't work during school or something like that. Hey, you want to save all the money you can. Now, working, going to school, very doable. You gotta have you gotta be on point now. Every chance you get at work or something like that, put the work in. Read a chapter if you can, read a paragraph, whatever you gotta do. Do your discussion boards, because Lord don't have mercy. And you gotta be very, very organized, because if not, you're gonna fall behind quick. They don't wait for you in school. They don't wait for you, especially if you in one of these private schools. A lot of these private schools are accelerated, like I was going to. Well, I'm still going to. I just switched to another school. And man, my program was 8 weeks long from prereqs. So second or third class, we already studying for midterms. I'm like, what? I don't even know what A plus A is. Well, hopefully it's B. But that made no sense. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. But anywho's there's yeah, you gotta make sure you're on point, and utilize everything they give you in school. You pay for it already. And trust me, when they say it's free, it ain't no free. You pay for that sucker. You pay for every little bit of computer time, printer, tutors, everything. You use it, even if you don't need it. Use it, because you never know. You might learn it in a different way, and then it might help you understand certain questions. So yeah, and don't be afraid to ask your teachers. I always told my teachers, I'm broke. I'm not taking this over again, and we gonna help each other out. Oh, Lord have mercy. We're gonna help each other out to get this through, because I don't want to see you again. Don't get me wrong, you're nice enough, but I don't want to see you again. So yeah. that's what I would say. Recap. Private school, community college. Community college cheaper. You gotta make sure you do good in classes to be able to get into school the first time. You don't have to be on the waiting list. Let me see what else. Private school, high as hell. My school was like $106,000. Lord have mercy. And you're in from the get-go. So you gotta know, you gotta pick your battles, pick your right battles. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. If you have any questions, like, subscribe, comment. Hey, let me know. Let me know what you want to know next. I think next, I'm gonna see if I can just sneak in a few videos, me working, without showing people's faces and stuff like that, because hospitals, you know, Lord. But I'm gonna ask permission first. See if I could, you know, take a video of me doing like on the mannequins or something, doing something there, and I'll see what I can do. And yeah, let's get it, guys. From CNA to nurse, and then once I'm done with nursing school, you know, I'm gonna take 2-3 classes so I can apply for the MCAT and hopefully become a doctor one day. I'm aiming to be an anesthesiologist, but if that don't work out, you already know there's always other avenues to be a doctor, and so let's see, guys. All right, stay tuned.